until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and a crumb of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I don't know, sweetie. Maybe in the office.
So, good morning, everybody. Good morning to those of you joining us online on the love stream. Today it really is a love stream. Can you feel it in the room coming to you? Woo! The choir's feeling feisty. I think you guys had an espresso or two this morning. So welcome. If this is your first time joining us online or in the room, I see some new faces. My name is Reverend Dr. Michael McMorrow. I'm the senior minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. We're located in the North San Fernando Valley. We're a faith community who welcomes all who practice their beliefs in faith and love. And so we're delighted to have you online. We're delighted to have everyone here in the room today. It's good to see some folks I haven't seen for a while. So that's wonderful. And our musical inspiration is Mr. Jason Goldstein. You may have seen him in the movie Elf. Yeah. Yes. And our featured artist today is the choir, led by our other musical director, Teresa James. All right. So it's wonderful to have you all here. And so let's just take a moment, bring down the lights, take a deep, conscious breath together, and feel that release, just allowing ourselves to anchor into this moment, this eternal now moment, as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And so as our presider today, Vinu, gets ready, we remember that we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Now, fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this morning. So as Vinu lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the 8th candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the 9th candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And the 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here in the sanctuary, within our online community, and of course, within our own hearts. And as Venu lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own souls. There is one flame, one light within.
And we just stay here together a few more moments, just recognizing the one power, the one presence, the one mind, the one universal consciousness flowing to, through, and as each and every one of us. Knowing we are one with the divine, one with all that is peace, connection, one with love. That there is only one heart beating through each and every person, each and everything. I know that this service unfolds in divine perfection, that everyone who needs to be here is here, whether in person or online, that the right and perfect message is delivered, that the right and perfect connection is shared, that we gather in love, in community, in joy, that we leave here uplifted, hearts expanded, with grateful hearts. I'm so thankful for today's service, for this community of Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, for each and every person who is part of this co-creation. And it is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is all done, knowing it is all love, and together we affirm by saying, and so it is. Good morning and happy Sunday. Wow, what a full house. I don't know if I've ever seen so many people in here at once. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. We should have a holiday service every Sunday. Today is the winter solstice, and it is the shortest day and the longest night. It's a really beautiful time to hit that reset button, right? It's a time where we get to slow down, to introspect, to see where do I want to go as I enter into greater and greater light. Because this is not just a symbolism of the rebirth of the sun, but the rebirth of our own inner light, coming through any darkness that we may have experienced. Because that's part of this duality of life, yes. But this solstice is a reminder that we get these human-created markers. Time is a construct, right? But we need these constructs. We need these constructs to organize our lives, to set markers for ourselves. So this is a really beautiful time to see what is it I would like to let go and what is it I'd like to bring in to the new year, which is only 10 days away. I can't believe we'll be in 2026 in 10 days. I was thinking about what Reverend Mike said last week about the snakes shedding their skin. And if you weren't here last Sunday, he mentioned something that I actually didn't know, which was that as they're releasing the skin, they often rub up against like a hard surface to help them release that layer into the world. And it made me think about, in our spiritual growth, in our spiritual development, we often come along challenges in our lives, obstacles, whether they're health challenges, spiritual challenges, career, relationship. And it made me think, what if these challenges are like those hard spaces, those hard surfaces that the snake has to come up against in order to shed their skin? What if these challenges in our lives are there to help us release? And then I did a little more research because I just didn't know much about this whole, concept of the snake shedding its skin. And what I discovered was that before the skin is shed, the snake is already preparing the new skin. There's a new layer underneath. It's not left unprotected in the world. It's creating a new layer that's fresh and becomes vibrant. And aren't we doing that constantly as we evolve through life? Right? It is inevitable for us to change. That's just part of nature. We are part of nature. So before we release, we're also preparing, whether we know it or not. We are developing more knowingness, more connection to ourself, a new vibrant chapter ready to create, ready to explore, ready to make itself known in the world. I'm going to go one step further and say, what if, before we entered this seen world, we set up those challenges for ourselves? We created those hard surfaces. I know, it's okay. I don't expect anyone to agree with me. It's just a question I put out there. Listen, I don't have any answers. But I really do enjoy these questions. I enjoy thinking about, what if there is a higher knowing part of me that said, Vinu, I'm going to lay out all of these things for you to experience. And at each level, you get to spiral upward and get to know yourself and get to know life and get to know your co-creators on a deeper and deeper level. So we still have some time. There's no deadline, even though, yes, we all make the New Year's resolutions and set new intentions. If you don't get to it in the next 10 days, every day is a new opportunity. I want to leave you with something Emerson said. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. He is rich who owns the day, and no one owns the day who allows it to be invaded with fret and anxiety. This new day is too dear, with its hopes and invitations, to waste a moment on the yesterdays. So happy holidays, and here's to a new year for all of us. Thank you.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Pink-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel and noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wing. These are a few of my favorite things.
Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes.
Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes.
Silver white winters and melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so
Just a few announcements. Today, December 21st. So practitioners available for a 2-minute tune-up. Please raise your hand if you are a practitioner. So these people with their hands up, you can go up to any one of them afterwards and just get a little boost if you need a little support with something that's going on in your life or just want some extra love. All right, both online groups, our LOA, Law of Attraction, and Animal Kinship are postponed today due to the holiday schedule. We look forward to having you back again in January. This Wednesday, December 24th at 6 p.m. Join us for a special Christmas Eve candlelight service with Reverend Dr. Mike. Sunday, December 28th at both the 9 a.m. and 10:30 services, the annual Burning Bull ceremony will take place. Come release the old and usher in the new. This is a really great ceremony, and those things I was talking about, what we want to release into the new year, this is a good ceremony for that because we get to actually physically release them into the world. The perfect stocking stuffer is here with a 7-day stay at our beautiful Lake Tahoe Lodge, plus $125 cash for gas. Participate in this great opportunity. Drawing is on Sunday, February 15th. Tickets are $10 each or 3 for $25 and are available after service or by contacting our office. We have a video for you.
Hi, Kathy and Wayne here. We're the lucky couple that won last year's raffle for the giveaway up at Lake Tahoe and at the lodge. We had a great time. We spent
awesome.
a week in November. It actually snowed the second day we were there. We went hiking, saw a great big black bear. We went to church in Truckee. They have a center for spiritual living up there. It was just a wonderful week.
And the accommodations were wonderful and just enjoyed ourselves very, very much. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And yes,
we
we did.
donated.
Yes, of course. The casino's up there.
Raise your hand if you're selling tickets. Okay, so these hands also, they have tickets as well. Also, before you leave today, we have these bags for the unhoused that were lovingly decorated and filled with items. So when you leave today, they're out in the front in a box. just please take a couple if you know there may be people in your neighborhood, on your drive that could use these. And then last but not least, our gratitude box. Who has our gratitude box this morning? Barbara, come on up.
Wonderful. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so Nancy picked it out for me today, and it says, I am grateful for my human experience. Wow, awesome.
Please stand if you're comfortable and join us for the Declaration of Principles. We believe in one universal spirit manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind and automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
I am alive, I am alive, I am alive in this world. I am alive, I am alive, I am alive in this world. And I shine, and I shine, yes I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, yes I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, yes you shine so bright. We are alive, we are alive, we are alive in this world. We are alive, we are alive, we are alive in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, as we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, yes we shine, and we shine so bright.
Boy, there's a lot of Christmas spirit in here. So, but it's not Christmas yet. And there are many ways to celebrate light and to be the light in this world. And I've asked our friend Jonna Shane to come up. I saw something on YouTube and I asked her to come share it with us today. So this is the last day of Hanukkah, right? So Jonna Shane, practitioner in the Ventura Center. So.
Good morning, beloveds. As we move through this season of light, I'd like to share a little about Hanukkah, not just as a Jewish holiday, but as a metaphor for consciousness, for resilience, and for how we light each other up. Hanukkah is known as the Festival of Lights. Hanukkah means dedication. It recalls a time when the temple in Jerusalem was reclaimed and rededicated after being desecrated. When the people went to relight the sacred lamp, They found only enough oil for one day, but miraculously, that oil lasted for 8 days. Hanukkah is the celebration of light that does not go out, even when it looks like there is not enough. Metaphysically, we could say Hanukkah is about what happens when outer circumstances say, you don't have enough. You're not enough. You don't have enough strength, not enough energy, not enough hope, and yet the light within us keeps shining regardless. That inner light is the presence of spirit within us. It's the part of us that doesn't quit, even when the body is tired, the heart is broken, or the world feels lost. It is the light that can never be extinguished. On Hanukkah, we light a menorah. It has 8 candles for the 8 nights, and one extra in the center is called the shamus candle. It is the helper candle or the servant candle. We use the shamus light to light all the others. I love how the vision of how consciousness works. When it lights the first candle, the flame on the shamus does not get smaller. When it lights the second, the third, and the fourth, it doesn't lose anything of itself. Every time it shares its flame, the room gets brighter. For me, that's the heart of Hanukkah consciousness. We are each the candle. We are each the shamus. There is a light within us that is the light of God, the light of love, the light of pure divine presence. When we share encouragement, when we listen deeply, when we hold someone's hand through a difficult time, we are saying, I see you. I'm with you. We are being the shamus for another. We're not giving away our energy in a way that depletes us. We are allowing the one light to flow through us in a way that multiplies. Love doesn't run out when we share it. Shalom doesn't run out when we share it. Hope doesn't disappear when you lend some to a friend who can't find their own. Like the shamus, our light is not diminished by lighting another's candle. The room, our community, our world simply becomes brighter. The rededication of the part of the story is so reverent. It's about how the temple was defiled, misused, and mistreated as something less than sacred. I think many of us felt that way in our lives at some point. Times when our hearts, our bodies, or our spirits have been mistreated, neglected, or pushed to their limits. Hanukkah reminds us that even if the temple has been damaged, it can be rededicated. Even if the oil seems almost gone, the light can still shine. No matter what has happened in our past, we can always choose again. We can rededicate our consciousness to love, to truth, and to the remembering of who we truly are. We can rededicate our consciousness to love, to truth, to remembering who we really are. It bared repeating. So today, I invite you to see yourself and each other as a living menorah. Each candle in us is a quality of consciousness, faith, courage, compassion, forgiveness, joy, creativity, gratitude, and presence. At the center is the shamus, that divine spark that is always capable of igniting those qualities again, even when we feel lost. Maybe you're here today needing to relight your own candle in some area of your life. If that's you, I want you to know you are not a burden, you are not broken, you are a beloved candle on this spiritual menorah, and this community is full of shamus souls. People who can hold the light with you until you can feel it again in yourself. Perhaps today you are the shamus for someone else, the one who smiles at a stranger, lets someone know you're thinking of them, or simply listens without fixing. You might think that's small, but in this realm of spirit, that's how worlds are changed. One candle, one heart, one moment of kindness at a time. As we move through this season of many holidays and many traditions, we honor Hanukkah as a reminder that there is a light that can never go out. There is a love that cannot be used up. and we are both the ones who need the light and the ones who carry it. May we find the courage to rededicate our own inner temple and to remember that we are all living expressions of the holy. May we go forward as Shamas candles, letting the light of God in each of us go quietly and bravely to light the way for one another so that no one stands in the darkness alone. Happy Holy Day. Shalom be with you. And so it is.
Thank you. Was that wonderful or what? John and Shane, everyone. All right, I think, are you guys cool enough out there now? You feeling a little more Christmassy? You want to cut the air off? It's hot up here. So just to make sure I don't do John's talk again. So, and I have to say, I knew John was going to be here, and I tried to trim my own talk down a little bit, but it didn't happen, so if you need to restore your personal comforts, it's okay. Just take care of, you do you. And I'm very pleased and delighted that, the beginning of my own ministry started with the young adult service, which we used to have here today, and there's some of our young adults here, and their young adults with us here this morning, so it's wonderful to have you here. So, so Signs of Mind in Christmas, that wasn't the talk title, that was out there, but that often happens at the denominational level. They kind of forget there's another calendar going on. And I like speaking to this particular subject, the signs of mind in Christmas. And this month, in fact, we have been exploring how cultures, how humans have used the imagery of life across the perennial religious traditions. And it started even before then. So this morning in Ireland, at Newgrange, this is a structure built by Neolithic peoples 5,000 years ago, which dates them ahead of Stonehenge, ahead of the pyramids even, which is now County Meath in Ireland. And the doorway and the transom align with the winter solstice. They worked this out. So it's so when the sun aligns, comes over the horizon and aligns, presuming that there is sun that day, of course, because it is Ireland, the solstice sun runs all the way to the back chamber and hits a particular spot on the back wall, a very sacred spot in the back of the chamber. And there are many such passage tombs in Northern Europe, several in Ireland, especially around the Boyne area. But this light shines on a particular spot in the back of this structure to point out this and celebrate. Oh, how did that get up there? All right, well, okay. So, apparently humans have been fascinated by what's happening up there and trying to capture whatever's going on up there down here since ancient times. And various religions have used light and dark in ritual to help center us to seemingly break the monotony of ordinary life and recognize that there's stuff going on right now all around us, and to remind us to stop, be still, to listen. Now, here in the West, Christianity utilizes the imagery of light, not just Christianity, but speaking to today, utilizes the imagery of lights with candles through Advent wreaths, the Santa Lucia celebration. Remember, Agneta did that several years ago. or the Paschal or Easter candle. If you've ever been in a Catholic church, there's a big old long, tall candle that they light. That's to represent the light in the world. Or how about the flames of faith? Which somehow are not very flamey right now, but there you go. So today we're going to briefly discuss, well, sort of briefly, discuss the birth of Christ and how Christ consciousness is an integral aspect of the religious science teaching, which is what we teach here, the science of mind and spirit, and how Christ consciousness has the power to bring light, to enlighten, if you will, any condition we believe has power over us. Any condition, any condition. Any condition that has us feeling like we are stuck or in the dark. Now, it is clear that the teacher, poet, mystic Ernest Holmes was a big Jesus lover. Heavily seasoned with the Eastern mystic traditions of Hinduism and Buddhism, and also influenced by the idealism of Plato and the Neoplatonists of the 3rd century, and with a strong curiosity about this thing called the law of cause and effect, and how it seems, and in this teaching, how it all seems to work together in some way. So, and then for Holmes, of course, all of this filtered to the writings of Ralph Waldo Emerson and the Transcendental Movement, of which Vinu shared one of his quotes. So deep thinkers. And a uniquely American perspective emerging out of the Enlightenment movement to free religion from the bindings of sect or denomination, and instead consider what the universality of consciousness could look like and how it affects the human or even cosmic experience. There is still, after all, for the most cynical among us, still mystery to life. Things and experiences we cannot account for. Big questions, too. You know, what happens? Not to be a downer, but what happens when we die? Right? We may find ourselves asking at 3 a.m., is this all there is? Is there nothing more? Complicating matters in the modern era, we tend to look more to scientists for answers, to point us to truth. And through the centuries, as we accumulated more knowledge, the mystery of human experience, of disease and struggle, slipped away from the realm of gods or even karmic retribution to the realm of science and its realist scientists, who in many ways, for many people, have become the high priests of the modern era. And still, there appears to be a law of cause and effect behind it all. And there are times when interpreting this experience is really more the realm of poets rather than scientists. So one would think that humans in the modern era may be ready to chuck the whole idea of religion altogether. And many have, which has triggered fundamentalist responses in all major traditions, which I personally do not see as helpful. And yet, for the trained rational mind, the heart speaks out again in the middle of the night. Even with the rational mind, is there nothing more? And like spiritual refugees of sorts, who up until now, after years of feeling like strangers in a strange land, we find ourselves in New Thought churches like this one. Some arrive feeling beat up by dogma or by well-meaning but misguided ministers. Some folks confused because the scriptural stories don't add up. And you know, that's not your imagination. They don't add up. Or that science does not hold all the answers. we thought it did, or we just didn't grow up with religious training, some might say indoctrination. I would say inspiration. We just didn't grow up with it. But still, even then, we still feel something we can't quite name, which I believe is a divine itch that we cannot scratch alone, right? So in spiritual community, it really is, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, right? Appropriately, of course. So even in this small space, this small place, people from all kinds of beliefs and upbringings and desperate backgrounds, it shouldn't work, and yet it does. Now, why is that? And I believe it is our commitment as individuals and as spiritual community to look for and find common cause with all of life, to broaden our understanding of the divine, to explore what infinite being is, even as we understand the challenge of knowing such things within the finite experience of this human life. We look for ways to recognize the ways science and religion come together as one expression, that the divine as it moves through the visible to the invisible and back again in a continuous cycle of cause and effect. The divine law of circulation from light to dark, dark to light in the eternal mystery of life. In this way, everything becomes an expression of sacred mystery. All of creation a cosmic metaphor, pointing to deeper meaning, awaiting our recognition of the dance of the divine expressing itself metaphysically in so-called ordinary living. And we call this enterprise the study of science of mind and spirit. And we can access this awareness through that which we already know, to the unknown. Recognizing that which is unknown does not make it unknowable. So sometimes we have to stick with stuff for a while and not pitch it all, to remain spiritually curious. That which is unknown does not make it unknowable, but we must release the barriers that keep the spirit chained by our unknowing. This includes any hang-ups we have about Jesus or Christianity. My former Catholic friends out there. With a little bit of digging, and it doesn't take much, just really scratching the surface, we find power in the teachings of Jesus that go far beyond salvation and atonement thinking of the Apostle Paul, and instead step into the power and the universality of Holy Spirit. So out of fear, we may have kept the man Jesus in religious science jail, that place in our consciousness where we keep the most challenging thoughts to consider for some other day. And if you resonate in some way to this notion, just consider this. You know, Christ is not Jesus' last name. I love what Reverend Kathy said a couple of days ago. She said, you know, he wasn't Mr. Christ. That the Christ is the eternal now. And whenever we see God as we understand it in the world, we are seeing the universal good that God is. We are seeing the light contrasting with the dark. So when we step away from that Santa Claus consciousness, right, with our little wish list of give me this, give me that, if you give me this, I'll stop doing that. That was my spiritual practice for many years. But I could never break that one habit. So, so when we step away from Santa Claus consciousness, our wish list of gimmies, to co-creating with the universality of spirit, life changes, becomes more There's an excitement to it. There's a confidence to it. There's a power in it. Because it's not a passive notion. This is a very active, right? So the omni-activity of spirit, the creator constantly creating by creating things out of itself, including you and me. And to the extent that we know in our own experience, we too are creators. And so in some wonderful way, we are co-creating with this creator that is in fact creating an experience of itself by means of you and me and everyone else too. And you know, pick whatever poison you go to when you think of that. Everyone else too. Now, Ernest Holmes, this is in Norway, by the way. Looks cozy, even though it looks cold, yeah? Ernest Holmes wrote this, that to think of Jesus as being different from other men is to understand his mission. What did I say? Oh. Well, maybe I need to read this a little slower. To think of Jesus as being different from other men is to misunderstand his mission and purpose in life. He was the way shower and provided his way to be a correct one. His method was direct, dynamic, and powerful, yet extremely easy and simple to comprehend. He believed in God in himself as power and reality. Believing the God within, he was compelled to believe in himself as the great example again. Now, that doesn't mean the bar isn't raised, right? The bar isn't, this isn't just about not doing something, right? In fact, it's really about doing more, right? So we're no longer in the CYA consciousness of spirituality. You know what CYA is, right? Right. That's where you think the backbench of hell is, loaded with contractors and lawyers. So, Richard Rohr has written many good books, but one of my favorites is The Universal Christ, where he really sounds like a religious scientist. And he speaks to scriptural stuff and trying to make sense of it all. And he wrote this, that while I don't believe Jesus ever doubted his real union with God, Jesus of Nazareth in his lifetime did not normally talk in the divine I am statements, which are found 7 times throughout St. John's Gospel. I am the way, the truth, right? So in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, Jesus almost always calls himself the Son of Man, the Son of Human, if you will, or just every man, using this expression a total of 87 times, right? I'm taking his word for it because he's a priest. I didn't go and count. Now in John, the Gospel of St. John, which was the last gospel and really cast the theology of what people thought happened around this fellow Jesus. In the Gospel of St. John, the voice of Christ steps forward to do almost all of the speaking. And this helps make sense of some of the statements which seem out of character coming out of Jesus' mouth, such as, I am the way, the truth, and the life, or before Abraham ever was, I am. So Rohr observes that Jesus of Nazareth would not likely have talked that way. But if these are the words of the eternal Christ, then I am the way, the truth, and the life is a very fair statement that should neither offend nor threaten anyone. After all, Jesus is not talking about joining or excluding any group. Rather, he is describing the way, or the Tao, if you will, by which all humans and all religions must allow matter and spirit to operate as one. So let's not dismiss these stories from whatever tradition they come from. Because, let's not dismiss these stories because they may not be factually true. All myths point to a higher truth behind the story. Dr. Arthur Chang once wrote that myth is not a falsehood, it is a soul truth. Myth postpones our everyday survival consciousness and opens us to a realm of deeper meaning. Sacred stories are not asking, did this happen exactly this way? They are asking, what is trying to be born in you and in me now? When Scripture is read poetically rather than literally, it becomes a map for transformation, a guide for remembering our relationship with Source. So in this way, then, the virgin birth is not only a biological claim, it is a spiritual metaphor. It speaks of creation unconditioned by the past, of something new arising without precedent. Each of us is capable of a virgin birth of understanding. When insight arises beyond habit, beyond fear, beyond what has always been. So in religious science, we honor Jesus not as the great exception, but the great example. And when he said, greater works shall ye do, he was speaking across the ages. The Christ is not confined to one body or one moment in history. The Christ is principle, the Holy Spirit impressing itself through and as all of life. And this understanding then allows us to honor Jesus deeply while honoring other paths sincerely. Truth is not diminished by diversity, it's revealed through it. So, besides, this whole literalism thing, I'm almost done, I promise, reduces spirituality to morality alone. Myth restores imagination to its rightful place as a spiritual faculty. Imagination is not escape, it is access. It is the bridge between heaven and earth, where new possibilities are conceived before they appear in form. And when we allow sacred paradox to work on us, we descend back into daily life with transformed consciousness. And suddenly, what once seemed impossible becomes practical. So solstice, Hanukkah, Christmas, all proclaim the same eternal message. Light increases when it is shared. The lamps are many. The light is one. We do not honor our tradition by dismissing another. We honor truth by living it, choosing love over fear, creativity over cynicism, and compassion over control. So let's take a breath, invite the choir to make their way up to the platform. So it's kind of cool that we still have a few days before Christmas. And through music and message to keep cultivating a sense of excitement for the day. So let's just think about that through the rest of this day. How can we cultivate more light in our life to be that shamus candle that Jana was sharing with us? What a wonderful idea, to be the shamus candle in your life to others, including at Christmas dinner with weird Uncle Ned. We are the light. You are the miracle that life has been waiting for. So let's not hide that light under a bushel basket. Let's let it shine and share it. and then come back on the burning bowl and release whatever insights we got from that.
The choir is very excited today to present a song that was written by our very own Mr. Wayne Moore.
Christmas is inside of us every single day. Deep within us we can find a star to light our way. The manger is our place of rest, wherever that may be. Christmas is a part of you and me. Christmas is a feast of love. Christmas time is joy. Christmas cheer is in the eyes of every girl and boy. Whatever age or countenance is always there to see. Christmas is a part of you and me. We are the star. We are the child. In our hearts we know it's true. We are the shepherds all begun. There's the same as me and you. Christmas is a special day when a choir sings. For it's when we celebrate the joy that giving brings. When you don't have to wait so long to light a Christmas tree. Christmas is a part of you and me. We are the child. We are the child. In our hearts we know it's true. We are the shepherds all begun. They're the same as me and you. Christmas is a special day when a choir sings. For it's then we celebrate the joy that giving brings. But you don't have to wait so long to light a Christmas tree. Remember what we say and give presents every day. For Christmas is a part of you and me. Christmas is a part of you and me.
Yeah, man, oh man. Let's give it up for the choir one more time, huh? How about that? How about that, Wayne? Not bad, huh? That was a pretty good song to work with. All right. So, Chloe, you want to bring up our offering basket? So if you haven't been here for a while, we've just been having folks come up. If you have a gift for today, to bring it up. We're going to sing you through it. And if you're joining us online, make your way over to the donation button. And we have our offering basket up here. Because we didn't expect to have such a big crowd. So here we go. Let's sing it.
Spirit gives through me. Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through you. Spirit receives through you. Spirit lives and breathes through you. Spirit lives and breathes through you. Spirit gives through us. Spirit receives through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us. Spirit gives through us. Spirit receives through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us.
So we have guests in the house from Alabama, from wherever Yale University is, somewhere back east. We have friends who are joining us online from France, from Cleveland, from Gresham, Oregon, and who are regulars from Australia. Oh, that's right. Terry's here from Australia. Right there. Speaking of mums of young adults. Yeah, good to see you, Terry. All right. So it's great to have all of you with us and those of you joining us online. So if you would just go with them for just a moment longer as we recognize that this basket represents both the generous heart of the individual, the receptive heart of this spiritual community. The generous heart of that individual who knows and knows that they know that God is our source, our substance, our supply. So we as spiritual community accept these gifts by whatever avenue your generosity finds its way to the center, through online giving, through year-end giving, through the mail, through the offering here this morning, that as spiritual community now we receive all of it with deep love and respect, as we know together that these gifts go forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless not only the vision and mission of this center, but the life of anyone connected to it in any way. And from this place of gratitude, we extend a blessing upon our community of Granada Hills, our city of Los Angeles, our state of California, our United States of America, all of its churches, temples, mosques, schools, universities, the people who attend them, the people who support them, that we know for our planet as well, in some crazy cosmic way, that all of it is an emanation from the divine mind of the Most High. And to the extent that we know this to be so, we see its demonstration in ways great and small. This lifts our hearts and propels us and pulls us into ways of spiritual living that raise not only our own life, but the lives of those around us as well. And that's a good thing. And together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. Amen. So I just want to take a moment to just say, I'm grateful to be here this year. I wasn't here for the Christmas service last year. I had a health thing going on, and I really wanted to be here this year. And so this is like my official announcement now that I will be retiring as the senior minister here. Not to be a downer, right? But to set the vision for something really new and exciting, right? To bring some more energy, a new vision into the center. And, well, I think you know how attached I am to this place, how much I love it. And, loving a church is not about the building, believe me. I've spent too many hours working on this damn thing. It's the people in it that make it, right? So I'm just so grateful for everyone who's been. It's very poignant to have the young adults here today, and Terry as well, who was here back in the day. So, and as many of you were. So this is. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm not dying, by the way. Okay, I got my PET scan. I beat the cancer thing. Yeah. So prayer works, but I'm tired. I am tired. And you deserve someone who does all the work that you've never seen. That happens with whoever has been ministering here. So I know you'll support that new. So what will happen is I'll be sticking around to the end of January, so I'm not gone yet. Sorry. But there is a committee, a search committee. They've started the process. They'll be interviewing candidates. And then you, the congregation, hire the senior minister. So no one's going to push someone on you. That's not how the process works. You hire, and thank God for not firing me, because you also have the power to do that. So for 15 years or whatever it's been a good run, and we've done a lot of great work here, and so thank you. All right. I told you already, right? Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with that one right now. I thought I told you. All right, sorry. Yeah. So those of you who know me behind the scenes have not been surprised. So, so let's give Jason some love.
Thank you, John.
How about the way you let it rip? What was the first song you did? What was the first song? We wish you when you rip through that. Favorite things. Man, you're like, whoo, yeah. And then our music director, co-music director, Teresa James. And Vinu, who I did not introduce properly. Come on up here. You're going to pray us out, and then we have one more song. So let's get the choir up here. I'm trusting you.
Yeah. I've only done this a few times in my life. We know her.
All right. And thank you once again, choir. It's been amazing. Yeah. All right. Pray us out, Vinu.
Let's just stay here in this one light that is everywhere, always. The light that we are in union with. Knowing that today's service has unfolded in divine perfection, that we leave here even with greater love in our hearts, with our minds expanded, our hearts open, feeling a deeper and deeper connection to each person in this co-creation, knowing that the words, the music, the energy has filled our bodies, our souls, our hearts, that we carry this with us throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the end of the year, knowing we are filled with deep gratitude, great thankfulness for Reverend Dr. Mike, for his service here to the center, to our musicians, our choir, our AV team, and to each person here, because this is a co-creation. It is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is all done, knowing it is all love. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is.
So I know we're running a little late, but I hope you can stay. We prepared a special presentation. Eric, he'll just put this whole thing together. So you can stay seated.
Fighting in World War I had been raging since the summer, and by the December of 1914, the skirmishes along the trenches of the Western Front were as bitter as the cold. It was so cold, Pope Benedict XV proposed a Christmas truce, a short respite from the fighting, to allow both sides to collect their dead and tend to the wounded. His suggestion was officially rejected, but it swept through the ranks as an unconfirmed rumor that may happen. On Christmas Eve, 1914, somewhere along the Western Front, a Christmas carol wafted over the trenches. It was sung in German. The Allies answered with a carol of their own that volleyed back and forth until they came to "O Come All Ye Faithful," and they sang together. One side in English, the other side sang Adeste Fidelis in Latin. Early Christmas morning, a few German soldiers emerged from the trenches and bravely called out, "Merry Christmas," in English. The anxiety of war was set aside. Wary soldiers emerged from both trenches, tentatively risking their lives. A sign was later found that proclaimed, "You no shoot, we no shoot." Thousands of British, Belgian, French, and German soldiers put down their rifles, stepped out of their trenches, and spent Christmas Day mingling with each other in the no man's land between the trenches. Over the course of the day, troops exchanged gifts of cigarettes, food, buttons, and hats. Some soldiers engaged in friendly games of kickabout, using homemade soccer balls. In many places along the Western Front, the truce lasted the entire day. As the shadows grew long, all the men knew the truce had run its course and the war to end all wars would continue. They joined together in one last song. This one.
So please stay seated.